Took my shower, got dressed, ready for the rest of the day. Actually, I think I'm ready to go back to bed and figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of the day because honestly, I don't have nothing to do. I'm thinking about crocheting, but I don't know. Here again with the squash, eh? One of my favorite foods. So, that means me sorting through crochet books going, ooh, 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 I want to do that one and that one and that one and that one. And then going, heck with this, I got two granny square. But I have this, use my chest. Um, silver and gold, black and gold I twisted together. Kind of looks like a tiger. I retwist them on this and I stick them on this pole like so through this little tiny basket. This is not going to come out because of that. I mean, it'll slide around, but, and then I can just pull it like that. Leave the whole project in the basket when I'm done, when I'm ready to take a break or something. So, I bought, let's see, what is that? Oh! I did, Journey, my South Carolina niece gave me, these stickers to give to my grandnephew. So when I was there, I got this book. I think I'm going to try to learn how to knit. I can't knit yet because knitting, there's no hook at the end of the stick, and you have to use two of them, and it's just a different muscle memory for your hands and memory for your mind too. My mom would knit. She would knit and crochet and embroider and all sorts of string art. Anyway, I got this book. It said it was $5 out of it when I picked it up, and then when I went to go pay for it, she said 50 cents. 50 cents. And then Pam says, "You gotta spend $5 in here." So here's the story about that one. That one's really a cool story. I'm sitting there. I don't carry like cash on me because I'm, on vacation. You don't really want somebody pickpocket you and take $100 or whatever. So Pam hands me a quarter, and I looked at Journey. I says, "Journey, do you have a quarter in your purse I could borrow?" And she says, "Yeah, I do. I got a quarter in my purse." I says, if you give me a quarter, I'll trade you a dollar for a quarter, because we were gonna go to the dollar store." And she hands me her quarter. It's a penny. And I said, "Oh, thank you for that quarter. Thank you so much for that. But this is a penny, and it will help me out. And you did help me out. So you got that dollar when we go to the Dollar Tree." So we did. We went to the Dollar Tree afterwards. But I thought that was really cute. She had money, and she was going to help me out. Sweet, sweet little girl. So anyway, I bought that book. I'm going to try to learn to knit. But I started reading the knitting, and I'm like, I need to get home and be with all my little elements and all my yarn and my sticks that I have and whatever, because if I start reading this, I'm going to confuse myself. I've seen videos my mom's tried to show me. I just can't get the muscle memory right. So anyway, I'm going to look through one of my books. This is one of my books. I save crochet patterns. And this particular one, I think it's upside down actually. This particular one, my mom gave me all these books. So what I did is I put them in protective sleeves, because some of them, I think she said at least one of them, and I'm going to find it, was my grandma's book. And yeah, I tore it apart. Was it that? No, these are all edgings. I don't need all these edgings. It might have been, no. I have them. Was it this one? I think it may have been. It's really, really, really old looking. You can't really see through the plastic on the video, but it's really, really old looking. And I think it was my grandma's. Or that might have been just, let me see. No, that was in the 80s. It was a pattern in the 80s for that one, those few things. Because I wonder if I can get I wonder if I can get 10 cents off off of the stick-ups. But she had these in her patterns. She is getting older, and she's given her patterns to me. Was it this one? This one? Oh, it might. No. Maybe, maybe not. I so want to do her skirt as a sleeve for a blouse. I don't want to do like the decoration of the girl, because I'd have to sew it onto something, and I don't really like sewing. I do it, but I don't really like it. Because I don't get along with bobbins on sewing machines. So I have to hand sew absolutely everything I do. So anyway, I wanted to do her skirt. There it is. I'm pretty positive that one was hers. But Irish lace, I swear to Bob, is probably really, really hard to do. I think you have to use the really, really tiny needles. I think there's just another technique that I need to learn. But these are mostly edgings too. Let's see. I'm going to look at one of these patterns. Oh. That one's just not even. I think that one was. That one I looked at was Irish lace. Let's see what they want me to do in it. To the ladies. This would be controversial now. Just to the ladies. Everybody can do this. Everybody. If they want to do it, they can do it. Everybody. I don't care who it is. If they have thumbs, they can crochet. Where's that one that I was like? Strictly Feminine. Wow. I wonder when this book was published. I wonder if they even have a date on it. It doesn't even say right now. I have to just keep looking. Well, really neat thing about the older books is they give you a measuring tape at the bottom so you can keep your gauging, which is something that you really need to do when you're, because like if they call for a certain hook, like I'm going to say a 3, which is a smaller type hook, and you put it in a 5, you're going to get like a giant shirt with huge holes in it. So you have to do it the way they tell you, and you have to know how. It's just a bunch of studying, and I mean, anytime you learn a skill, it's just a bunch of studying and. I wonder if I should do that one. I think I know somebody who would love that. Squeaky, what is your issue today? Your Majesty, what do you want? You want a mama kick your butt? I think I'm going to do this one. Or I'm going to try. Sometimes I get into the instructions because it took me forever. I started out learning how to crochet. Excuse my burp. From a video. My mom tried to teach me, but Mom, at the time she tried to teach me, wasn't very patient and didn't understand that there was more going on with me than we figured. They just thought what I was labeled as was trainably mentally impaired. Which means basically she can learn, but she's stupid. So, okay, whatever. Labels are labels. I'm just Auntie. Whatever. Sure. Yeah, okay. There's something wrong with me. Something wrong with everybody. I'll tell you the truth. Oh! I pinched my thumb. I don't know if you can see it right. Yeah, I pinched my thumb inside that thing. I think... Oh. Are there 2 pages to that doily? No, what I do is, Mom, when she was printing some of these out, when she was doing them for herself, never flipped the page. So she always had single page patterns, which I guess worked for her, because what she would do is she would laminate them. Like, I have probably 10 books like this, by the way. But she would go in and she would laminate hers. And while that worked for her, it doesn't work for me. So, because I can just take these pages out and whatever. So I think I'm going to do this one. I don't know if you can see it. But I think I'm going to do that one. Or try. But I get lost in the instructions. Because like I said, I started out with YouTube videos. I started out with an older lady who lived next door to me. Why do I keep being in the side? There we go. An older lady lived next door to me. And I saw her doing granny squares. And I'm like, my mom knows how to do that. And she tried to teach me, and I just can't. I just can't from her instructions. So she patiently took up a hook and taught me how to do it, how to crochet. Well, I was granny square, granny square, granny square, and that's absolutely the only thing I could do. Only thing I could do for years. And then I started getting into YouTube. Instructions on places. And I started learning from them. Practice, practice, practice. Everything looked loose, bad. I've taken all of that stuff apart and reused it. Heck, my skill has gotten different from compared to last year to this year. So I've taken all of that. What I also do that too. I'll tell you about that too. I've taken everything apart from last year that I made, and I'm going to make something else. I recycle my yarn. If I've worn it, I didn't quite like it, or I wore it and whatever, I'll take it apart and I'll make it into something new. Why throw away all that yarn when you can use it again? Now, if it starts getting to where there's a knot in it every few inches like this, okay, that's trash. Or you can use it to stuff a stuffy. Sometimes I do that. I'll take used yarn because I don't have enough cotton, and I'll mix it in with the cotton. I think it's a waste of yarn to throw it away. But I have done that because, again, I'm cleaning this house up. I have 2 cats. Absolutely everything was tied in yarn, and I call that yarn barf, by the way. It's just a wad of just yarn. I thought to myself, that's an awful big waste of money. You're cleaning this up. Basically cleaning this up because some young lady I know wants to know what the inside of Aunt T's house looks like. And I told her, it's not safe for you to come into my house right now. You could trip on something and hurt yourself. Hearing those words, A, she's important enough for me to be cleaning up for. This young lady is a very important person to me. And B, I figured I was important enough for me to be cleaning up now. Again, personal, whatever. My priorities are my priorities. Everybody's got their own. And then she challenged me to do this. So it's on, Journey. She knows it too. She kept reminding me, don't forget about your house, Auntie. Don't forget about your house, Auntie. Don't forget about your house. I also realized that my grandnephew one of these days is going to want to come in here too. He sees where Aunt T lives, but he doesn't see where she goes when she gets into the house. And again, he's going to be 5. So little kids wonder that stuff. You disappear in there. What happens inside? What is that? What is it? So I got a lot of people. Well, excuse me, 2 people so far. And because I love them so much, it seems like a lot of people that really need to be in my space. I'm actually usually pretty private about my space just because it's my haven. It's where I hide. It's where I recharge. It's where I get harassed by you turd. You're a tink of fart. You think you fought and you leave me alone, baho. Cat's yelling at me. I yell back at him. They are important enough for me to do this, and now I am important to me enough to do this, and I'm ready to let people in. I had to be ready for that. I mean, I had to get ready for that. It's part of the healing, the mental healing. I had been healing. I had lost the weight. I'd started doing a daily routine with my cleaning myself, cleaning my house, those things. I started cleaning myself, doing my hair, putting a little makeup on, not daily because I get pimples. And I don't go somewhere every day, but sometimes I just put makeup on just to make me feel better. But it wasn't matching up. It was like, I'm clean, but my environment isn't. Therefore, I'm not clean. And I don't feel complete without it clean. And little Miss Journey did that for me. One of these days, she'll look back and be 20-some years old, and Aunt T will be about 80. And she'll look maybe back at these videos and say, really? I did that for somebody I loved like that, huh? I'm a really important person. That makes me feel good. So I'm going to probably do, or try to do this pattern today with that gold and black. I know. And I'm doing some spoilers to Pam, but she probably already figured this out. She loves doilies. And I tease the heck out of her because she'll spend $5-6 on a little tiny, doily. And I'm like, you buy those things? You buy those things. I said, do you realize you have unlimited resource to those things? So, if I get into the mood of crocheting, I will doodle one of these. There I go, ADHD working again. I forgot the word. I will doodle a doily. I'll doodle a doily. That sounds really great. Part of that, though, is she's never received a doily from me because I'll get it done. I'll put it somewhere. I'll say, I'll take care of that later. Then I can't find it. Like, I have these hats I made for her chickens 4 years ago that keep resurfacing. I'm like, oh, I'll put these special place. I'll put these right here where I know where they are. And then I'll move them and lose them again. So I'm trying to get organized as well. So I have 0 closets in my house. I have 0 storage in my house. The things that I have in my house, I bought recently so I could start doing this organization and keeping track of things. Because I need to do that. I need to grow up. I didn't. I didn't put my face stuff on. And I do that daily because it's winter time and I swear I look like a scaly crocodile thingy if I don't do my moisturizing. It's not for wrinkly, it's just because I get dry. Do my arms too. Oh, this stuff is supposed to be for like cracked feet or whatever, but I put it all over. It smells really nice. I'm not sure on telling people brands. I think you're supposed to say you're not sponsored, so whatever. I'm not sponsored. I'm not really into this YouTube stuff. But anyway, it's California mango. It's pretty and it smells so good. My sibling, when she was not in her crazies and we were talking, bought me this. No, actually, my niece said she bought it for me for my birthday. My sibling uses it, but said, "Oh, I'll get you some." Never did because that was one of her gaslighting, ghosting, whatever, sick, twisted head game things. So my niece got it for me. I don't mention their names because I personally, my 4-year-old grandnephew, you have no business knowing anything about him except for the fact that he's my 4-year-old grandnephew. You won't be seeing pictures and I won't be saying his name. And her, I never asked her. I never asked her if I could say her name. Pam and her kids, they're already on the internet. They're already in videos. They use their names all the time. So I don't have a problem doing that. Pretty sure I'm allowed. But I'm auntie and I'm protective. That little boy is very important to me. And I don't know what I would have to do to somebody if they ended up doing something to him. One of my nephews, from another one of my best friends, Bina. Around their stepdad looks at me and says, "Aunt T, how many bodies are you accountable for?" I said, "If I told you, I'd have to kill you." I said, "There may be a few in my trunk, too." And he just started laughing, and you could just see the stepdad going, he wasn't like outright panicking, but you can look at his face going like that. I won't go on about that. That's her problem. I have a lot of opinions about that too, but that's her problem, her business, her life. And I just have to deal with my opinions. And that doesn't need to be published or whatever, because, even though I don't like the guy, He knows I don't like the guy. She knows I don't like the guy. Again, I'm not the one playing house with him. She has her reasons he's there. She has her reasons for her life. Not my business to be spilling their business. I'm very protective of the people I love, actually. I really am. She says, my kids have come to the conclusion that Aunt T is their father. I said, abso-freaking-lutely, I'll claim every single one of them. Those are my kids. Absolutely. See, I'm one of those friends that my best friends had children, which means to me they're extensions of my best friend, which means to me more people to love, honestly. More people to give love to, more people to show how to be nice to the rest of the world. Because, sometimes somebody's just got to step in, look at the rest of the world and say, the abuse stops here. Let me show you how to be nice. And I had to learn how to be nice. And these are what I did to learn how to be nice. Or let me show you by example what I learned what I learned to do to be a human, how to human. I guess I was a cat before or something. Crap in boxes and I don't know. I did use the litter box once. Here's a funny story. My daughter Alana, she loved to take very, very hot showers for 2 freaking hours. And I don't know how I got hot water for 2 freaking hours. It was a different house. It wasn't this house. And she would lock the door. Now, there's only one bathroom. And I'd eaten something that really did not agree with me that day. And I could not make it to the bathroom. I'd had 5 cats, so I had 6 litter boxes, okay? And I squatted over a litter box. And my dog at the time, he was staring at me like, Auntie. And the cats were looking at me like, oh, you better clean that up. And I told Alana, I says, you have a litter box to empty. I actually emptied my part of it. But I had to use it because you locked the door. She says, but I was taking a shower. I said, 2-hour shower. If you're going to spend that long a time, you'd close the curtain. You let me in. I don't really like to do that business when somebody's taking a shower, but sometimes you gotta. So yeah, there's that funny story. Aunt T used the litter box. Here's another funny story. Another bathroom story. Some guy was disrespecting me on purpose, looking right straight at me, whipping it out and peeing on my car. That's where he decided he was going to pee on my tires. I says, you better knock it off. It was like the 3rd time he did it. I said, you better knock that crap off or I'm going to go pee on your car. He says, oh, you can't. Right in the middle of the street, I walked over to the bumper of his car, yanked my pants down, put my leg up on his bumper, and took a pee. And he's like, I says, don't ever tell me I can't. So he stopped peeing on my car. Oh, there's so many stories. I don't know what stories to begin with. I don't know what kind of things to tell. So sometimes you'll just hear weird stuff like that thrown in the middle of a I don't care, blah, 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 kind of rant. Because, again, I just ramble. Oh, 30 minutes. 30 minutes of me just talking about crochet and peeing on stuff. All right, I'll see you maybe in a few minutes, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I just put a video up. I'll just shoot a video whenever something's starting to run through my mind, and then it'll go up. So if there's 1,000 videos of just some crazy purple-haired woman on the internet, wait a minute. So what?